Hi everyone, this is Crispy1001 at kpcosov.com. This is our 11th video on how to use Blender and the Blender2FSX add-on to make models for the Flight Simulator 10. In this video we're going to make the rudder pedals and animate them. So first thing let's do, open up Blender, go to your project, and let's scroll down and let's initialize the tool set. Okay, and we do not need the FSX attached tool at this time, or at this in this video. So let's go ahead and minimize it. Okay. Okay, so let's, over on the left, on the right toolbar in the tree view, scroll down and let's select the body. Let's select the instrument panel and then put your mouse back into the 3D workspace and hit the slash on the numeric pad. Let's go into wireframe mode, so Z. Let's go into left orthographic view, so control and number 3. Let's scroll in, and we're going to reposition our 3D cursor. So let's click about right there. And what we're going to do, we're going to add a cube to be our pivot point for our rudder pedals. We'll have one for each left and right of the rudder pedal. Sorry about that, my allergies are bugging me. So let's hit Shift and A. Let's go to Cube. Let's hit Tab to go into Edit mode. And make sure all the faces and vertices and edges are selected. And hit S to scale and scale it in. Let's zoom in some. That's good. Now let's go to a top-down view, so 7. Zoom out a little bit. Let's scale it a little more, so S to scale. Scale it in. Got right there. Now let's scale in the X-axis, so S and X. About like that. Let's hit S to scale again, the whole thing. Scale it down to about like that. Now let's go out of edit mode. Let's hit A first to unselect everything and Tab to go out of edit mode. Let's name this over in our right toolbar under the object, or for the object tab, and this would be left rudder control, left rudder pedal control. Okay, that's good. Let's also scroll down to where you see display and turn on X-ray. Let's make sure our scale is 1. It is all 1. Let's now make sure you're in object mode, and you can see that by down here. We want to hit G for grab and X, and let's move it over. Actually, let's go up to our little toolbar here under location, and in the X let's type in -5.0 and shift and the inch symbol and enter. Okay, so that sets up that one. Now let's do a duplicate of this one. So a Shift and D, hit the X to move an X location or X axis. Just click it anywhere over here. We'll go back up and we'll type in 5.0 and inches and enter. So now both of them are in the same location. Let's go into a left orthographic view. So Control and 3. Let's make sure we have both of them selected. So in the tree view, we see that we have the left one. We need to rename that. So that is actually the right. So let's go down in the Object tab and click on this. Get rid of the 0.01 at the end. Click in the front of it. Delete the left and add right. So right rudder pedal control. Now let's make sure we have both the right and left rudder control selected. And let's hit G to grab and Z for the Z axis. Let's move them down some. That's good. Now let's zoom out. Use the middle mouse wheel to go in perspective mode. Let's select, zoom in a little bit. Select only the left rudder pedal. Let's hit a a Control S. A Shift S. I was right in the first place. And we want to cursor to selected. That moves our 3D cursor at the middle of our object that we have selected, which is the left rudder control or left rudder pedal control. Let's go into a left orthographic view. Zoom out. We're going to now add another cube. This is going to be our rudder pedal. So Shift and A. Hit cube. Let's go into edit mode again. So let's hit tab. Everything should be selected and scale it. S. Zoom it in. Let's leave it about like that. Let's zoom in. That's good. Now let's scale it in the Z axis, so S and Z. We'll leave it about like that. Oh, we're going to have to move them out. I have them too close, but we'll do that in a minute. Then we're going to go in top-down view. Zoom in, and let's scale it in the Y, so S and Y. Let's scale it in the X, S and X. About like that. Let's go in perspective mode. That might be a little tall. Let's go into left orthographic view, Control and 3. Let's go back into edit mode, tab. Oops. Oh, we were in edit mode. Let's go out of edit mode into object mode. So tab, make sure down here it says object mode. Let's do a G for grab and Z for the Z axis. Move it up to about there. So our pivot point is about right there. Let's rotate. Go out. Yep, that's too big. So we're going to have to move everything. So make sure that you have, let's go ahead and name this. So right here in your object tab, let's type left rudder pedal. Make sure our scale is all one. It is. Now let's go up in the tree. So left rudder pedal is selected. We want to also hold down Shift and click on left rudder pedal control, and also click on right rudder pedal control. So we have all three of those items selected. Go into a Control 3 for left orthographic view. Let's do a G for grab and Y for the Y-axis and bring it out. We'll bring it to about right there. Let's go into perspective mode again. Let's choose the left rudder pedal control. Also select the right rudder pedal control by holding Shift and click on it. Then hold down the Shift and click on body. So we're going to parent those two to the body. So with your cursor on the right in your 3D workspace, hit Control and P, set parent to object. Okay. Now click back on, go all the way back up to the top, click on left rudder pedal. Okay. Let's go to a top-down view, so 7. Let's do a Shift and D and X for the X-axis. Just go ahead and click it anywhere there because we're going to put it exactly at 5. So go up into the X, type 5.0 inches. Okay, so that positions it perfect. Now we are going to have to parent our rudder pedals to our rudder pedal controls. So that's what we'll do next. Okay, so let's select the left. Oh, first let's rename this rudder pedal. So go to your Object tab over here. Let's get rid of that 0.001. So delete the left and type in right. Oops, I left a dot at the end. Okay, there we go, right rudder pedal. So that gets that. So with the right rudder pedal select, first let's go ahead, let's go down. Let's select our left rudder pedal control, which go there. We're going to go back over here. Let's make sure to initialize our tool set one more time. Let's go up, and in our FSX animation tool, we want to type in rudder and enter. We want to click on rudder %key, and with that left rudder pedal control still selected, hit assign. Then you can go over here to your Object tab on your right toolbar and make sure that under FSX Properties, Animation Tag Rudder %key with a length of 0 to 100 is selected. That's good. We can go ahead and leave that down where it was. Now let's click on the right rudder pedal control. And let's go back over to our FSX animation tools. Make sure rudder %key is still selected. And hit assign. And when you go back over here, you should see now rudder %key is now selected for that object as well, which is our pivot point. Now we're going to go all the way up. Let's select the left rudder pedal. Let's scroll down right there. With your Shift key pressed, click left rudder pedal control. So you have both the rudder pedal and the left rudder pedal control selected. With your mouse in the 3D workspace, hit Control and P. We're going to set the parent to this object. So that sets that one. Go back all the way to the top select your right rudder pedal, scroll down, hold the shift on the keyboard and click on right rudder pedal control. Bring your mouse back into your 3D workspace, hit Control P again, and set parent to object. Okay, so now we have everything parented. Let's select now, well, let's, if you open up, click the little positive left to your right rudder control, you'll see that your right rudder pedal is under that one. And under the left rudder pedal control, click on that one, you'll see there's that one. So now let's click on the left rudder pedal control. So that one's selected. Let's go into a left orthographic view. Now, if you remember back into our videos when we were doing our animations for our rudder, the rudder animation starts off with a rudder in a left-hand turn. So that means your left rudder pedal should be kicked all the way forward as far as the rudder will allow it to turn or go down. So with your left rudder pedal control selected, we're going to hit R for rotate. Oh, first make sure that your animation start is at 0, which is right here. If not, click on 0 and enter. Now make sure you have your left rudder pedal control selected. Hit R for rotate, X for the x-axis, and let's do a -20 for 20 degrees. As you can see, that pitches your rudder pedal 20 degrees on the x-axis. And let's hit the I key for insert a keyframe for rotation. Now let's go down. Let's make sure we have, let me zoom this out a little bit. Click on right rudder pedal control. Now this one we want to be pitched the opposite direction in the x-axis. So with the right rudder pedal control selected, hit R to rotate, X, and 20 degrees, and enter. Hit I again to put a keyframe for that rotation position. Okay, now we're going to move our animation to 50. Make sure you have your left rudder pedal control selected. Now we're going to have to bring that back to a neutral position. So before we went to a minus, so we'll do a positive on this one. So we'll rotate it in the x-axis by 20 degrees and enter. I to insert a keyframe for rotation. Go to the right rudder pedal control. Now we're going to do this one in the negative. So R to rotate, X for the x-axis, -20, and enter. Hit I and insert a keyframe for rotation. Now let's go to 100 on our animation. Let's select the left rudder control pedal again. And we want to bring that again to the positive. So rotate on the x-axis 20 degrees and enter. Hit I and do a keyframe for rotation. Then click on the right rudder control pedal. Hit R, X, and another -20 degrees and enter. I to put another keyframe for the rotation. Let's go to File and Save. Now let's put our animation back to 0. We can rotate in perspective mode, and we can hit play. So you can see now our animation is going to work the rudder pedals. So we can hit stop, put your animation back to 0, Now we need to give a texture to the rudder pedals themselves. So underneath the left rudder pedal control, click on the left rudder pedal. Let's go to our material tab, which is this little thing here. Let's make a new material for this one. So new. Let's give it a name. Let's call it Rudder Pedal Color. And let's click here and just give it some weird, whatever color you want. I'm going to do mine kind of a yellowish color, I guess. I'm going to take the intensity, the specular intensity down to 0. That's good. Now let's click on the right rudder pedal. Let's click right here on the material tab next to the new. Let's scroll down to rudder pedal color. Click on that. Okay, that put the material there. Let's scroll out. Okay, to bring everything back again, hit the slash on the numeric pad. Let's hit A to unselect everything. And one more time, A to select everything. And we're going to go ahead and make sure everything is default scale. So Control and A. Go Apply Scale. Let's hit File and Save. Hit A again to unselect everything. Let's go to File, Export, DirectX for FSX. Make sure you're in your test plane project folder. Click on Model folder. Go down to Export MDL file and click Export. Okay, that's good. I'm going to save one more time. I'm going to close Blender. Next, I will open up the model file from. So navigate to where your main project file is for Blender. Navigate to your model folder. Click on test plane or your test plane.vc for virtual cockpit model. Do a right mouse click and copy. Navigate to where your flight simulator is at, which should be under C drive, program files x86, Microsoft Games, Microsoft Flight Simulator 10, Sim Object, Airplanes, and then whatever you named your test plane. Then click in the model folder and paste your virtual cockpit back in. And your model file, configuration file should still be set up for your virtual cockpit. So just make sure your normal should be your test plane, whatever you named your test plane exterior, which is this one here. Your interior should be test plane, and we named ours _VC for virtual cockpit, and that's what mine is. As long as you have that, you can go ahead and save. Let's close these, and we will open Flight Simulator and see how it does. So I'm going to pause the video while I load up my Flight Simulator, so please bear with me. Okay, you can see down below that our rudder pedals work, so everything looks good. Okay, so everything looks like everything worked out good. Let's make sure that we make a backup of our files before we close. So let's navigate to our main project folder. We want to choose our test plane 1 virtual cockpit file. Do a right mouse click, copy, go to our backup files, do a paste, click on it once, one more time. This will be my second backup, and that should do it. I hope you enjoyed the video. The next video will be on animating the control yoke, so I hope you will watch my next video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye.